Oh, you. Hey, how's it going? I have a story for you. I'm glad you're here. I'd like to tell you the story about Christmas presents and how they all began. I guess, like nowadays, we think about Santa Claus as the bringer of Christmas presents, but the first Christmas presents were brought by the three wise men, and those presents were gold, frankincense, and myrrh. That's quite confusing. Frankincense and myrrh. What use do Mary and Joseph and little infant Jesus have for frankincense and myrrh? It's practically potpourri. Now maybe you can roll up the frankincense and smoke it, which I'd probably do with Joseph. And let Mary do whatever she does, breastfeed Jesus. Can she breastfeed if he was born that way? Anyway, and gold. Well, that's just basically money back then. That makes sense. When they take the gold and just moved somewhere out of that fucking manger? Were you born in a Now, skip forward about 500 years. There was a couple who tried and tried, but they couldn't have a baby. They couldn't have a kid. And when they finally did have a kid, that kid was considered a miracle. The mother must have been 35 or 40, pretty old to have a kid back in that long ago. So they finally had a kid, and the kid was considered a miracle. And the kid was just offered and sent off to the clergy. They finally have a kid, and they send their kid away to be a priest. This is, I don't know what a priest was back in the year 500 or 400, and his name was Nicholas. Now you know where I'm going. So Nicholas was a very good priest. He became a bishop, and when he became a bishop, he found that his parents had died, and his parents actually had a lot of money, and he had no use for money. He's in the clergy. So what's he gonna do with his money? He just wants to give it away. So the first time he got his inheritance and it was Jesus' birthday, he decided to take some of his money, which back then was a bag of silver, all silver. Uh, Judas Iscariot had a bag of silver that he was paid off with. And he took that bag of silver. He knew about someone in the community who was about to be married to a woman who was about to be married to a man that she didn't want to marry. And he helped buy her way out of a forced marriage by throwing a bag of silver through a window into her house. And that was the first present given by the real life Saint Nicholas. It wasn't actually quite enough money to get her out of that marriage. So the next time he came by, well, they were scared. They didn't know what was going on, the girl's family. So they shut the window, but he wanted to give her another bag of silver. So he got up on the roof and threw it down the chimney to give her the second bag of gold so that she could not marry whatever douchebag she was being forced to marry and marry the man that she wanted to, or just keep the silver for herself and be a feminist. I'm just kidding. Well, not, I'm half kidding. The point is, St. Nicholas inherited a whole bunch of money and he went around giving people money secretly, like in the true act of charity. And that's how he became Santa Claus.